Ben here at Southern Coin Hunter. Please forgive the noise outside as we are having a thunderstorm right now. So you'll be hearing thunder and rain falling off my roof. We're going to discuss the nickels today since we started the nickel series. As you can tell, I'll move my mouse around. There's 4 different types of nickels you can find when you're coin hunting. These first two, the shielded nickel and the Liberty nickel before, are extremely rare to find just in pocket change. If you would like, you can go to your local coin shop. Some of them have a place where you can cherry pick. I've done that on the Liberty nickels. Shielded nickels would be extremely rare, very extremely rare to get your hands on. These you can get, they're not in the best shape, but just to get a few, I would suggest that and allow your child or kid or teenager to pick out which ones that they want. Now I got mine are probably what they call AG3, a good 3 or 4, maybe a 2. The Buffalo nickels, you can still occasionally find these in coin hunting. I have not found any yet coin hunting. The ones I've gotten, I've actually found through some change when I worked at McDonald's. My grandfather saved some, and that was my dad allowed me to pick out some of the ones that I did not have. And there's some that I've bought through auctions online. Then of course we had the Jefferson nickels. So let's look at the shielded nickels were 1866 through 1883. The 3 cents were made out of silver, so they made these out of nickel. They actually took the place of the 2 cent and 3 cent coins. We're not going to talk about those. Those are a whole different diameter and size. These are all the same size and diameter. So just to show you what one looks like, I'll open up PCGS's webpage. Let's just click on one. And that's why it's called a shielded nickel. Hold on, let's go. Try and get better. There you go. Here's going to be a better picture of it. About zooming in. This is what a shielded nickel looks like. I'm trying not to scroll too much. So you got the shield on the obverse, and you got 5 cents on the reverse. And this is a graded 66 plus. So is this one. Then this is, I think this is type 1. Go back. Let's see what they got. So here's the survival estimates, rarities. If you found one, you're extremely lucky. What I would say on that, if you got one in a knuckle roll at all. Right, type 1 with the rays. Type 2s can be without the rays. So let's pull up one of those so you can see what that looks like. The rays were here in the star. The rays went, so they were going between the stars. So this one does not have any. So these are extremely rare, and I have yet to find one. I had never even seen one. Imagine if I asked my local coin shop, they may have 1 or 2. I do not know. Then we get the Liberty head. These are also what some people call the V nickels. And I'm going to show you one. Here's the thing about the type 1 is what they made. And let's see, come on, zooming in. I should. It just says a V. Okay? Well, V could stand for anything. What some people did was they would gold plate these and try to pass them off as a $5 gold coin. And in the mint / federal government did not like that. So starting in, let's see, when was this one? Let's see, I was trying to remember. They came back in 1865, adjusted the dies, and they added the word cents to the bottom. So down here, this is where they added the words cents. So these you can find if you I think I've seen one person that I follow find one V nickel in a row. I don't know how many boxes he went through. You can't find buffalo nickels, which we're going to go to next. Okay, here we go. Here's the buffalo nickels. These took the place of the shielded nickels. Starting in what was it? I had it right here. Give me 1 second. In they kind of crossed over in 1913. Because they did produce the Liberty nickel or V nickel in the same year. There's a type 1 and there's a type 2. So this can be the type 1. Once we get it up, we're going to... That was a nicely toned nickel. So what they did, they raised... Type 1 is a raised mound. You can tell it's going to have a little curvature right here. I think these may have had a mint mark. They did. It can be down here right below the 5 cents that the current nickels are. So here's a better one. This is a 68. You can go to PC Justice website. I'll show y'all how to get to all this here in a second. Type 2, they flattened it. They flattened the mound out. I'm going to show you how they did that. Remember the type 1, it curved here and went down. Type 2, instead of having it curve down, they straightened the curve and went straight across. I'm trying to find one with the mint mark on there. I don't see one, but we'll find one here in just a second. So I can show you where the mint mark's at. Why is it doing all this? I practiced earlier today and did not do all this. No, I got to click one more. That's what it was. So here we go. Here's a Denver one. Here's where the mint mark is, right below the C, in between the C and the E, between the E and the C. Now there's a one variety where this, let me go back to the other image, it'd be easier to point out. Right here, there's 3 feathers. You got one feather here, a second, and this is the third. There is a variety where this feather is not there. I do not remember what year it is, but there is a 2-feather variety you can find. There's a 3-legged buffalo. I think the front leg was, there we go. The front leg right here was wiped out from the grease, so it's like it's straight through. Then, of course, we got the Jefferson nickels, we took over in 1938. And we're going to pull up the first one, 1938. Once again, I want to just come down here, click on View Image. Here's a very nicely toned one. Very nicely toned. And what I mean by tone, you can see the rings of color going from the edge to over Monticello. Monticello, people pronounce it different. Here's one that's not toned, as you can tell. And this is a slightly, you still see a lot of the luster on this one. And so these images are available. You can just do what I did. You just type in PCGS's website, go to price guide, and it'll give a list all the US coins that they were made. Now, what you just saw was a standard obverse and reverse until 2004. Well, 2004, you changed the reverse up. Give me a second. I'm going to scroll through it real fast. Oh, well, let's stop for a second. During World War II, they needed the nickel and the copper for World War II. So they cut the copper down just a little bit, and how much they put in, they added silver. So there is, you can tell by the silver coins, you go from 42 through 45. Was when they made they put the mint mark above the dome. I want to see why this is they got two different type 2s. You see right here, here's the mint mark. We're just going to use the magnification for this part. This is where the mint mark's at, right above the dome. And I want to know why there's a type 2. Did not know there's a type 2. Don't know what the difference is. They may change the way the P look. Don't think I can think of. So, and then after World War II ended, they went back to the regular, starting 1946, with the regular, what the heck did they do? They skipped all the 1950s here. Oh, I see what they did. So going at the end of World War II, they went back to the silver, to the nickel copper clad, and they kept that design up until you got to 2004, and they changed the reverse up. Here we go, 2004. They did a Westward Journey series. This celebrated the Louisiana Purchase. So the first one is the Peace Medal. Then it came with the Keel boat. That's the boat that they used to go to travel up the Missouri River and the Mississippi River. Then they picked the Bison, which people call buffalo, because that's what they saw. And at the time, there was millions and millions of bison on the plains. Then they went to, there's a let's see, what was this one? Western Waters. That's called, some people call it Pacific with the View, which is on the coin. There is an era with the bison. We'll get to that in where there's a die crack, and it looks like the bison got speared. But let's just look at the Peace Medal. We'll just pick out one. So what this symbolizes is got a peace pipe I'm assuming this is the horse whip or whatever they use to, when they would take the horses to go when they needed them to go. I don't understand what this is. This is a Native American design. This is a wrist guard or armband that they would wear. It's like a cuff. This is the cuff of the white man to symbolize peace. And here's the kill boat. This one real fast. So this is what the kill boat looks similar to what they used. I think they used a total of 4. Eventually got to the point where they ended up having to use canoes because the draft was too deep. Another thing you could do, if you look, you can see certificate number, PCGSS number, and this is a 68. And you can scroll down, and this is worth $36. Well, that's 67. Let's go see if I can get it go over at 60. Here we go. Now I won't scroll. $475 for a 68. I don't know why it won't let me scroll. Usually I can scroll, not a problem. You can see other. Let's see. There we go. Now I got it working. So the price guide listed as $475 for a 68. Population report, there's only 27. So what you want, the least number. I understand why this should be more than this, being there's only one in the population. Auction PCS, this is what they actually got at an auction. Gives you the date. American Heritage, these are different auction companies. They even list NCG's graded coins. They got one at auction. There's a lot of information you get from just the report. But then they did something different with the 2005. Not only did they change the reverse up, they changed the way Jefferson is portrayed on the nickel. And this is actually says Liberty in his handwriting. So I'm assuming they took a piece of correspondence with his handwriting on there with the word Liberty. Basically, they traced it and engraved it onto the hub to make the obverse. They brought back the bison in honor of the buffalo nickel, as people call it, Indian head. So this leads to the next change that's coming up. But just to show you what the spirited buffalo looks like, this is pretty cool. I wish I could find one myself. Let's see. You can see it right there. It goes from the E right to the bottom of the buffalo, right about where the fur starts to ball up on his leg on the front. I have yet to find one. I may double check mine just to see if I do have one. Sometimes you can overlook that. And then after that, they returned to the Monticello reverse, and they modified the front of our Jefferson nickel. There's another one with some nice toning on it. This is MS66. That means this is the highest one graded so far, probably. Yep. And then it's been auctioned, so right now it's $12. It's not even worth sending in to get graded, because by the time you... No, I guess you got some auction records. Hold on. eBay for $450. Let's go to more images like we did on the last one. We'll look up the PCGS number. Yeah, 66 is the highest one they got. I wouldn't really... This is probably eBay as an MS67. Probably from... We can pull up that one real fast if you'd like. This is not a... This is NCG. Or... No, NGC. I'm sorry. I said it wrong. So this is one that they graded as 67 with 6 full steps. And the full steps has to do with here. All your steps have to show to get full steps on the for a variety attribution. And this one's got a huge grease stripe going right through it. So some collectors will pay a lot more for this coin versus a standard one because of this is a mint error. When they polish the hub, the grease was left on there and stopped the impression from going all the way through. So you seen that? So let's see on the shielded nickel, which was introduced by the Act of May 16, 1866. Let's see. Designer was James B. Longrace. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. And then the Indian Head delivery nickel was designed by Charles E. Barber, where we get the Barber dime, quarter, and $50 from, in dollars. Then the designer of the Buffalo was James Earl Fraser. So the Liberties ran from 1883 to 1913. The Buffalo was introduced in 1913, ran to 1938. Then we got the Jefferson nickel, which is still today by Felix Schlag, was the designer. Let's see, did he do? Yeah, I think somebody else. There was another version of Monticello, but this one that they picked. Trying to think. Blue Ridge Silverhound, he just did an auction with the actual original first design, the reverse of this nickel of Monticello. And it's a whole different angle. So, and then of course we got, like I said, we got the West Virginia ones. Let's see, did anybody design the reverse? They don't say who designed the reverse. I'll be. Ah, here we go. I found it. Let's see. Norman E. Nemeth did the piece metal. Sorry, y'all. I gotta get away from the. It's gonna sound like we got a distance because I gotta read over where I got light at. Al, I can't pronounce his last name. Molesky, C. Yes, the The obverse design was due to a bust of Jefferson that was made in 1789. Joe Fitzgerald designed the obverse. Jamie Franke designed the reverse. Let's see. Oh, I did not know this. The obverse sculptor was Don Everhart. There was a sculptor for the obverse. Also, you had Norman E. Nemeth that worked on the Buffalo. Ocean, the reverse was done by Joe Fitzgerald and produced by sculptor Donna Weaver. And the reason why they call it the Pacific Ocean Pacific with the View is because in Cork's journal entry, they wrote down Ocean in the View, oh the joy. And that was in, so that, like I said, I only did that from 2004 to 2005. And y'all saw me, I got a video I'm still working on trying to edit it out, where I found about 11 of those nickels total. I'll probably find one or two. My average is probably about 6 per 5 rolls that I find. Sometimes I get lucky. So, next time we're going to talk about dimes. I'm not going to cover half dimes because those are, they haven't produced since 18. Well, we can cover half dimes, I guess, with the dimes. Because I actually have a half dime myself I found when somebody drilled a hole through it. But let's end this video. And this is 27 minutes long. Y'all have a good afternoon because it's still thundering outside.